This is a special day for China. It's a day of the grand celebration. The city with a history of more than 3,000 years is marking Victory Day to remember China's victory in the war of resistance against Japanese aggression in the Second World War, as well as the world's triumph over fascism.
And standing now at Chang'an Avenue, the central axis of the capital, are the thousands of troops from the Chinese People's Liberation Army's three branches waiting for President Xi Jinping's inspection.
On September the 2nd, 70 years ago, China and the Allied countries accepted Japan's unconditional surrender. Celebrations spread nationwide the next day. And in 2014, China officially designated September the 3rd as Victory Day. In modern history, Japan actually waged two wars against China, but each had totally different outcome. In the Sino-Japanese War of 1894 to 1895, which was primarily fought on the seas, the entire Beiyang fleet, one of the Qing imperial court's prized naval forces, was completely wiped out. And the signing of the Treaty of Shimonoseki to end the war saw Japan receive a huge indemnity from China, and which stoked its militaristic embers and desires.
In 1931, Japan again invaded China. This time, it pushed deep inland, conducting mass killings and tipping the nation into peril.
Now we have songs, patriotic songs. The ceremony will begin. Let's listen to some patriotic songs. During the war, people of all circles fought against Japan in their own way. Many patriotic songs were written to inspire people to fight for national salvation. What you hear now is the Kangda Academy anthem. Well, Kangda actually refers to the military and political university of resistance against Japanese aggression. The song is the anthem for the university and also the PLA, National Defense University now. It was written in 1937 at the order of Chairman Mao Zedong. In 1936, the former body of the Resistance University moved with the Central Committee of the Communist Party to its resistance base in Yan'an in northwest China. Later, it changed its name and adopted a new anthem. 1937 marks the year Japan began the full-scale invasion of China, and the song aimed to inspire students to work hard and shoulder their responsibility of saving the nation from falling to Japan. Military band and chorus numbering more than 2,400 now open the celebration with the songs and their band playing.
This second song is titled Defend the Yellow River. It's the finale of the Yellow River Piano Concerto, which is based on Yellow River Cantata by composer Shen Xinghai. The Yellow River Cantata was composed in Yan'an in early 1939 during the War of Resistance. The work was inspired by a patriotic poem. It premiered on April 13, 1939 in the Shanbei Gongxue Hall of Yan'an in northwest China, and soon spread to all parts of China. Shen Xinghai was one of the earliest Chinese composers influenced by Western classical music and has influenced generations of Chinese musicians. His works have inspired Chinese people for decades. This is an internationally known Chinese work that combines Western music methodology with Chinese source materials. And this song continues to be performed by modern pianists and musicians at home and abroad. And these are precious historical footages that really bring us back to 70 years ago when China mobilized all its available resources to fight Japanese invaders.
And this is a song a lot of Chinese are very familiar with, the guerrilla song. It was written in 1937, after the Battle of Shanghai broke out on August 13th. In that year, artists and musicians from Shanghai formed their own performance groups and traveled all over the country to promote the theme of national salvation and resistance against Japanese aggression. Composer He Luting was one of the members of such groups. The composer went to the front line in northwestern Shanxi province, where he had some direct contact with the 8th Route Army led by the Chinese Communist Party. Realizing the importance of guerrilla warfare in fighting against the Japanese, the composer created this piece in the winter of 1937. And this song soon spread all over China. In 1938, the song was adapted into a chorus. The song describes the Chinese army's battling tactics at the early stage of the War of Resistance. And it is being served as one of the classics of Chinese patriotic songs.
The third song we're hearing right now is entitled Over Taihang Mountain. It was written by Gui Taosheng and music composed by Shen Xinghai in 1938. In 1938, the Communist Party was establishing resistance bases in the Taihang Mountain region in North China. The songwriter, together with his comrades, went to a county in Shanxi province and gave soapbox oratory. They were calling for people to join the fight against Japanese invaders. And the soapbox oratory was well received. As a result, the 8th Route Army's local branch expanded from some 300 troops to more than 1,000. After seeing the touching scenes of wives and mothers sending their loved ones to the army, Gui wrote this poem, and then Xian composed music. This song quickly spread across the nation, inspiring countless people to join the fight. Patriotic songs like this boost the morale of the people and lend a sense of unity to the community who was going through a hard time. band will be performing 5 songs today, and this is the 4th song being performed.
This is a huge presence of musicians, a military band and chorus numbering 2,400 people. They actually kick off the celebrations for this Victory Day parade. What we hear now is a contemporary song. It's called Song for Strong Army. The song basically calls on the service people to follow the lead of the party, achieve the target of a strong military force, and take their responsibilities in building a strong nation. The song comes as China pursues reforms and opening up to build a strong military. China has been implementing a military strategy of active defense. Strategically, it adheres to the principle of defensive operations, self-defense, and striking and getting the better of the enemy only after it was attacked. President Xi Jinping says China is a peace-loving country, but will never give up safeguarding its legitimate rights nor sacrifice its interests. And a strong military plays an irreplaceable role for the realization of the China dreams. You're now watching the live broadcast of the 70th anniversary of the end of the Second World War, and we are going to see a military parade on Tiananmen Square in a short while. Over 40,000 people have gathered here in Beijing to witness this event. They include veterans from the war, their families, dignitaries from around the world, and also average Beijing people. In a short while, President Xi and other leaders will come to this Tiananmen rostrum. And President Xi is expected to deliver an address marking the occasion. Now, President Xi, Premier Li Keqiang, senior leaders including top legislator Zhang Dejiang, top political advisor Yu Zhengsheng, other members of the Standing Committee of the Politburo of the CPC, Liu Yinshan, Wang Qishan, and Zhang Gaoli, former presidents Jiang Zemin and Hu Jintao also on hand.
Dozens of foreign leaders, senior officials, and heavyweights have been invited to attend today's commemoration. There are also officials from the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China, the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress, the State Council, the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, and the Central Military Commission, as well as representatives of retired officials and representatives of veterans who took part in the War of Resistance. Over over 40,000 people from all walks of life, and you see right there, veteran from the war. In about 2 minutes' time, President Xi Jinping will be making a speech, and he will then inspect the army. And after that, the army will parade informations, marching through the Chang'an Avenue, right underneath the Tiananmen rostrum.
But the current generation of leadership, as well as past generations, have all shown up on Tiananmen Tower to reveal China's military might, and also to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the end of the war, together with leaders from other countries who have been invited to witness this event.
14 military parades have been held in Beijing since the founding of the People's Republic of China. 11 were in Mao's era, and former leaders of the People's Republic of China each got one chance to inspect the army.
And this time is quite different. It's the first time that a military parade ever takes place on Tiananmen Square other than the National Day. It is especially arranged to mark the end of the Second World War 70 years ago. And it has become an international event because many countries' representatives were also showing up this time on Tiananmen Tower.
The commemoration of the 70th anniversary of the victory of the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War now begins. Please all rise. Fired the gun salute.
A 70-gun salute, one for each of the 70 years since the war was won. During the war, answering the call for a nationwide resistance, much of the nation took up arms and rushed to the battlefields, and eventually drove out the Japanese army. But millions of soldiers and civilians did not live to see the victory for themselves. On September the 3rd, 1945. Today's gun salutes honor those who gave their lives for peace.
The war of resistance awoke in the Chinese nation a sense of national identity. The eventual triumph stirred a sense of confidence as a nation and was a testament to the nation's determination in the face of threats, its resolve of self-reliance and strength to stand tall in the world. This spirit is built upon the sacrifice of many and is one that will be handed down through the generations.
The guards bearing the national flag from the Monument of the People's Heroes to the flag post, they will take precise